Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly felt like the air changed, even though nothing was said out loud? Maybe the lights were bright, the conversations were loud, and the energy felt scattered, almost chaotic, as if every voice, every glance, every sound was demanding a piece of you. You stand there, trying to appear calm, trying to breathe normally, but deep inside something whispers, "This doesn't feel right." Most people never notice these things, but you do. You feel the temperature of a room without checking a thermostat. You sense tension before anyone raises their voice. You can tell when someone is smiling politely versus when someone is smiling painfully. And sometimes that level of awareness feels like both a blessing and a weight. You're not weak. You're not antisocial. You're not strange. You're simply someone whose mind runs deeper than the surface level noise of life. While others are busy blending in, you're busy observing. While most people only see what's in front of them, you feel what's beneath it. That's why crowds drain you. Not because you dislike people, but because your brain doesn't just see them, it absorbs them. Their emotions, their energy, their stress, their intentions. You walk into a busy street and suddenly every sound becomes a signal. A car honks and your chest tightens. A baby cries and your mind shifts. People laughing, people arguing, people rushing. It all hits you at once, and society often tells people like you, "Relax, you're overthinking." But the truth is, you're not overthinking. You're just deeply aware. Science calls it a sensitive nervous system. Psychologists call it high emotional acuity. But you know what it really is? It's the ability to feel life in high definition while the rest of the world is watching in low resolution. And yes, it can be exhausting. When people gather in big groups, something strange happens. Individuals disappear. Everyone becomes part of a collective noise, a crowd trying to act the same, talk the same, think the same. But you're not built to lose yourself in a sea of sameness. You value authenticity too much. You need space where your thoughts can breathe and your heart can settle. That's why solitude doesn't scare you. It soothes you. It reminds you of who you are underneath the noise. Most people think energy comes from being surrounded by others, but your energy comes from understanding yourself. Extroverts get a dopamine rush from crowds. Your brain works differently. Too much stimulation drains your dopamine instead of boosting it. And that's okay. Your chemistry isn't a flaw, it's a design. That's why late night walks feel magical, why empty coffee shops feel peaceful, why being alone in your room with soft music feels like the safest place on earth. Those quiet moments aren't boring, they're healing. They're where your mind becomes clear and your heart becomes honest. And here's something most people overlook. People like you often have stronger empathy, not the kind you talk about, but the kind you feel. You sense the stories behind people's eyes. You notice discomfort others hide. You can pick up on emotions that aren't even yours. So imagine being in a crowded place filled with 100 different emotional signals. Joy, anxiety, jealousy, fear, pressure, all at once. No wonder you feel drained. You're not feeling one thing. You're feeling everything. But I want you to remember this. There is nothing wrong with preferring peace. In a world that worships noise, speed, and constant activity, choosing calm is not weakness, it's wisdom. The people who always need noise are often running from themselves. The people who choose silence have learned to hear their truth. And you, whether you realize it or not, have a gift. You see deeper. You feel deeper. You understand life in ways others overlook. You don't just exist, you experience. So the next time someone asks, "Why are you so quiet?" just smile. Because they don't know that quiet people often carry the loudest understanding. They don't realize your silence isn't emptiness, it's awareness. They don't realize you're not avoiding the world, you're protecting your peace. And protecting your peace is one of the smartest things you'll ever do. Now I want to hear from you. Do crowded places drain your energy, or do you feel alive in them? Drop your experience in the comments. You'll be surprised how many people feel the same way. And if this message spoke to you, if it made something inside you feel seen, then make sure you subscribe to the Knownsense, because here we go deeper than the surface, every single day. Like the video, share it with someone who needs clarity, and stay connected. Your journey into self-awareness is just beginning.